Welcome back, welcome back. It is the season for Christmas Parade, and here to talk about the Harrison Regional Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade is Patty Methvin.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
We can say ho, ho, ho now. Halloween's over.
Right.
So
I know,
it's
it
legal,
used to
right?
be Thanksgiving.
I know, now
And
it's Halloween.
Like Halloween.
I know.
Yeah.
And now, see, I would decorate in July if my husband would let me.
You just leave it up year round.
Oh, Santa throws up at our house. I mean, it's just everywhere. It's just like, I
alrighty
love
then.
it. I mean, we do the mantle and the stairwell. Oh, I love Christmas. So.
I like it when people put the lights on their house and they leave them there till June, July, and then they take them down in August. And I go, why?
Why
Just
did
leave
you
'em up.
bother?
You gotta put 'em back up.
We left ours one year. We had bad weather and stuff. We didn't get them down soon enough, and I was a little embarrassed, but we finally got them down.
So we live in the country, so nobody
We don't
sees
care.
it.
Yeah.
Do you put them up anyway?
Yeah, we put them up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe.
Well, we live in a cul-de-sac. There's very little traffic, but I see them. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. So the Christmas Parade.
Yeah.
Kind of excited about the theme and.
You should be.
What is the theme? Did you come up with it or something?
Yeah, they did.
You know who the chair of the Christmas parade committee is?
Yeah, right here.
This one. You know,
But
we
what
can do
is
the Blake Shelton thing.
What's the theme?
The theme is stocking up for Christmas.
Isn't that cool?
And it's kind of got a double meaning this year. We decided instead of just having the chamber put on the Christmas parade, we ought to do something to give back to the community. So part of stocking up for Christmas is we're going to have a float. We, the chamber, are going to have a float at the very beginning of the parade, and we're asking people to bring donations for the Boone County School backpack programs.
Awesome.
So cash, checks, or items, and we'll be collecting them at the chamber or during the parade. If you have things, our board members will be walking along the side. Don't come out in the street; that's not safe. But we'll come and collect those and put them on our float, and then we'll distribute them to the backpack program.
Now, you mentioned monetary, but also if they bring stuff such as anything you would give to a like non-perishable,
And things that kids can fix on their own. So like the mac and cheese things that are microwavable, that kind of stuff is what they're looking for. The fruit cups,
Right.
Those kinds of things.
Okay.
There is a list, and we'll have that on our website, and you can ask. But they'll take just about anything.
Now, the
and
chamber
anything that's not quite backpack appropriate, we would give to Sharon Care,
Okay.
House of Hope, or whoever needs that
Right.
kind of thing. So
The chamber doesn't usually do a float.
no,
Because you're so involved. So is
We
this a
usually-
first or is this?
since I've been there, this is my 7th or 8th year, and we've had somebody ride in the car, like our board
Right.
chair, and we ride in the car, but we've never done a float. So it may not be the prettiest float in the parade because we do have other things to do, but we'll gather stuff.
Yeah.
Are you in charge of the float too?
Yes.
Of the float?
he knows nothing
I'm
about
in charge
it.
of everything. No, but I think it's a great idea. You said the board recommended that, and I
Yeah.
think it was just. Why didn't we do that in the beginning?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we were so worried about safety.
Yeah.
You know, we spend a lot of time, and we use a lot of our volunteers to do things
Right.
like keep people safe. And so we still need lots of help for that. Did we even say when it is?
We
said
did
that
not.
We have
yet?
not
No.
said when it is.
November the 30th, Monday, November the 30th. Funny thing about that is that in my mind, it was always the first Monday after Thanksgiving. And in Sarah's mind at the chamber, it was the first Monday in December. Well, for the 7 years I've been there, they were the same day.
Oh,
And this year, it's a little different because the calendar
Fell a
fell
little
funny.
different, yeah.
So when the bands called, we said, okay, which day works best for you? And they said, we really need you to have it on the 30th. And of course, you can't have a parade without bands.
Right.
So we're doing it the 30th.
Yeah, and it always conflicted with the Harrison City Council meeting too. That was always on a Monday, so
Yeah.
that's not an issue anymore.
so what time does it start?
It starts at 7. Now, if you're afloat and want to be judged, you need to be there by 5:30.
You also need to get something from the chamber if you're.
Yes, you do. You need to get your application form filled out and then get a packet that tells you where to line up, when to line up. Also, important information on that is where you're going to end up at the end of the parade, so parents will know where to pick up kids. Because the church floats and stuff, they're going to end up at the Yonah Shopping Center, but the other floats will end up at the old stockyards. So, you know, that's a pretty big area to
Right.
to have to drive around and look for your kids. So you need to check with whoever's in charge of your float to find out where they're going to end so that we don't have crazy parents looking for children.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's scary. It can be scary, so we don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you said, we're all driven by safety, and it's a huge cluster there of people right there. And a lot of people don't come to the last minute, and
Right.
it gets. And we're trying to, direct traffic and everything, and it's quite the safety issue. And if we tell you to go here or there, it's not because we're trying to keep you from going anywhere. It's
Right.
just
It's
that's
the
the safety
safety,
route.
yeah.
Yeah. So
One of our big things is we don't let anybody in the junior high parking lot to just drive down there unless it is a float from 4 o'clock on. So if you need to drop somebody off, you need to park and walk them down and help them find the float. Many years we'll have kids wandering around going, I need to find
My float,
Susie.
right.
And we're like, it's Susie. We have 100 floats and we have no idea who they're
Right.
looking for.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it gets a little nerve-wracking because we just want everybody to be safe and happy.
You mentioned that it's stocking up. I mean, the chamber's doing that part. So stocking up could be like stockings,
It
or
can be whatever
however you want to interpret that.
Yes, we
Okay.
don't guide people as to how they want to interpret the theme, and we will have judges from out of town coming to judge the floats, and we'll just tell them the theme, and then they'll go from there.
Okay.
yeah.
So it'll be just kind of
If
whatever.
you have a church, you can use stocking up as a religious theme if
That's
you
right.
want to.
That
So,
that Operation Christmas Child kind of thing,
Right.
or
Sure.
something like that. Whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
and then also the general float entries.
Now, are you starting to get entries now?
We are. We're starting
Yeah.
to get some entries. It's $25 for floats and vehicles. We changed one category. I'm not sure I've told you this yet, but
Oh.
we changed
Sure,
one
I know
category.
everything.
If you have several vehicles in a group, it's $25 for the first one and then $5 for each additional vehicle. It makes it a little easier on the pocketbook and encourages people to join in too.
Yeah.
But
Right.
so that's the way we're going to do that. And then if you're walking, it's $15. But
We
you do
walked
need-
one year.
We did
Yeah.
walk.
Now, we have it on our website. We
Good
have
to carry
the
you that
entry
out.
form on our website, harrison-chamber.com. You can print it off there. We'll email it to you. We'll fax it to you. You can come by the office.
But
and
you
we'll
need
give
that
it to you.
packet.
You need to fill out the form, pay the fee, and get the packet.
Okay.
And the deadline is November 24th, but really, the sooner the better
Yeah.
to get all that in, just so we can kind of get our ducks in a row and
Right.
know what's going on. So, anyway, we're very excited about it, and it's going to be here before we know
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Can I say one more thing?
You can.
I love Gob TV. We have our eShip program, and for the last 2 times that we've done our eShip program, we've had students from Gob TV who have come and filmed our sessions for us so that we can send them out to our people that are participating.
Cool.
The first year we had 2 brothers, Evage, that won, and one lived here and one lived in Springdale. So I would send the link out the next day after they filmed it for us so that the other brother could watch what they were doing, and then they would work on their
That's
business
neat.
Oh, that's
plan.
cool.
Cool.
And I'm telling you, it has been a huge benefit to us. And we're at night, and it's 5:30 to 7:30-ish.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours on a weeknight that they gave up of their time, and
Mm-hmm.
they were always extremely respectful. You know, I really kind of expected naps or, and sometimes homework, which I would expect, and that's great. But it was just great, and so we are very thankful to Gob TV. They've
That's
always
good.
been very good supporters of the chamber.
Got to be dedicated.
Well, that's
You bet.
right.
Yeah.
And we love it. So we're always looking for ways to use Gob TV.
Great, great. Well, if you want an information packet, you can contact the chamber. Anyone down there can help you. If you want to float, if you want to walk,
Yeah.
if you want to bring a motorcycle,
Yeah, that
any
would be a
kind of
motorized vehicle.
Motorized vehicle, and there are categories for that. If you
Yeah.
want to have your
Antique
thing
vehicles. We have a
judged.
category for
Antique.
antique vehicles too. So we love to have those. And we hope to have 7 or 8 bands. So that
Good
always
deal.
makes a big parade.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll have about 100 entries. So it'll be nice and long.
And we are
it's going
planning
to be
to-
perfect weather. I'm just decided.
will be.
Yeah. Okay.
No doubt.
We're planning on doing it live, and Ann and I will
Sweet.
moderate it
Good deal.
in some degree. She'll do all the talking.
Well, don't
do all
talk
the
bad about
Yeah.
me when I go by. Just
Never.
Just saying.
Yeah. Thanks, Patty.
Thank you.
you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
having me.
All right. Up next, we were talking about Gob TV, and with us to talk about that is Rebecca Crow and Maddie Gibson. They'll be here to tell us all about it, so stay with us.